Have you ever looked at a world map and wondered if every country on it has always existed? The answer is no. In fact, dozens of countries have completely disappeared. Some were conquered, some broke apart, others simply changed into something entirely new. And today, millions of people live where those countries once stood without even realizing it. Let's explore some of the most fascinating countries that vanished from the map. The first is Prussia. A few hundred years ago, Prussia was one of Europe's most powerful countries. Its disciplined army and growing influence helped shape the continent. At one point, Prussia even led the movement that united Germany. But here's where it gets interesting. After World War II, the Allies decided to dissolve Prussia completely. Its land was divided among several countries, and the name Prussia disappeared from the map forever. Next comes Yugoslavia. For much of the 1900s, Yugoslavia was a single country in southeastern Europe. It brought together people from different cultures, languages, and religions under one government. But that wasn't the whole story. As political tensions grew, Yugoslavia began to break apart during the 1990s. One by one, new countries emerged. Today, the land once called Yugoslavia is divided into several independent nations, including Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, North Macedonia, and Kosovo, whose status is recognized differently around the world. Now let's travel to Africa. There was once a country called Rhodesia. It declared itself independent in 1965, but very few nations accepted it as a legitimate state. After years of conflict and political change, Rhodesia became Zimbabwe in 1980. The name changed, the government changed, and a new chapter began. The surprising part is that sometimes countries don't disappear through war. Take Czechoslovakia. After decades as one country, its leaders agreed to separate peacefully in 1993. Without a single battle, Czechoslovakia became two new nations, the Czech Republic, now officially known as Czechia, and Slovakia. People even nicknamed it the Velvet Divorce because it happened so smoothly. But perhaps the most famous vanished country was the Soviet Union. At its peak, it stretched across 11 time zones and covered nearly 1/6 of Earth's land. It was one of the world's two superpowers during the Cold War. Then everything changed. Economic problems, political reforms, and growing independence movements weakened the country. In 1991, the Soviet Union officially dissolved into 15 independent nations, including Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and many others. One of the largest countries in history had disappeared almost overnight. So what makes a country disappear? Sometimes it's war, sometimes it's peaceful agreement, sometimes governments collapse, and sometimes borders simply change as history moves forward. The world map may look permanent, but it has always been changing. Every border tells a story. Every vanished country reminds us that nations, just like civilizations, can rise, transform, and disappear. And if history has taught us anything, it's this. The map we know today is only one moment in a story that is still being written.